You may call it in this evening, but you've only lost.
Where are the banjos?
That is an interesting point. I'm glad you brought it up. I wasn't going to. With the, I guess, evolution of Mumford Sons, did it start when you started recording and demoing songs, or did you walk off stage right before hiatus and just start smashing banjos? Say, that's enough of those. Let's move on to something else.
And burning them.
And burning them, yes. Was it more of an evolution, or were you, for sure, before you even got into the studio, this record, we're going more drums, more guitars, that sort of thing?
It was never really a conversation. It was never that intentional. It was, we finished touring Babel, and it was obviously quite a long sort of tour that had been sort of straight out of touring Sign No More, which was quite a long tour, and we were keen to have a rest. That was the one thing we knew, but aside from that, we didn't really make a plan, and we certainly didn't talk about the sort of future of the sound or anything like that. So it just came about very naturally. We went our separate ways for about 4 months, and then
was there sort of an inciting incident after those 4 months that led you guys back to the studio and back to working on stuff, or was it like, you know what, 4 months is enough? Or
I can't remember who sent the first email or text, but yeah, someone did, and it was like, let's get together. It was at your place, wasn't it?
it was, yeah.
So it was probably you.
Guys!
Guys, who wants to join me?
I'm all in a video game. Somebody come over.
Yeah.
Been in a pub for 4 months.
I think it was a bit more like, I'm really busy, but like, what are you up to? Like, I haven't got time, but like, are you sort of...
Yeah.
I hate to quote you to your face, Marcus, but I read it's a development, not a departure, the latest sound for Mumford & Sons.
Well, you got to say something.
Fair enough. What was it about Believe, which we have heard on radio and such? What was it about that being the first foot forward for a new...
You've got to put out something.
Yep.
It would. I mean, it's sort of weird. You've like heard the whole record now, and you're amongst like probably only like a few people that have. So it's quite weird sitting here with you, like knowing that you're just keeping your judgments to yourself. I'm like, do you like it? Please like.
Do you like it?
Thank you. But, you know, it's quite hard picking one song to represent the whole album that then gets played on radio. And also it's the first thing anyone's heard from us in a couple of years, you know, in terms of new music. So you have got to pick something, but it doesn't feel like that song necessarily is like, you know, it's not even the title track or like the song that best represents the album. It was a song that we thought could introduce the other songs as well as maybe a few others. And we're going to put The Wolf out pretty soon, just to try and get it out.
That was everyone's favorite, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so we warmed you up with Believe, hopefully, and then we'll smash you in the face with The Wolf.
Some people will point out that sort of the guitars kind of take over the spots of the banjos may have been in the past, but the one thing that's always been and is evident on this record too is the percussion, whether it's clapping or the drums or whatever it happens to be. It's really at the forefront. It's a signature of Mumford.
I think we're quite a percussive band, despite the fact that we haven't had a drummer since we started, because we like hitting things first and foremost. Sometimes a bit too much, but like the acoustic, it's sonically speaking, if you want to get geeky for a second, like the acoustic guitar when you strum it quite fast and the banjo together are both pretty percussive things. Whereas suddenly if you take away, especially acoustic guitar and the banjo, you open up all this space for a drum kit to come in. So the process of making this record was really different because we had a drum set always set up, and either I or James would go and play it. And a couple of songs we started with drum grooves, which was a totally radical way of writing songs for us, because normally they start on the piano or on the guitar. And so it kind of opened up our methods of writing, and also meant that we could like write songs which had drums in the background, like one guitar chord for 4 bars or whatever, and then a top line melody. So it kind of it sort of opened up a new world of writing to us. Canada has like been amazingly sort of loyal to us, and even the response to this, announcing this record's been amazing. And obviously we did the stopover here, and we played here a lot, and yeah, it's sort of a mutual love affair between us and Canada. So coming to Toronto to do this felt like the right thing, and we played Lee's Palace before, and we love it. It's the perfect kind of venue for what we're doing right now.
We were lucky enough before the hiatus last time around. You guys played Simcoe, Ontario, just a couple hours from here, as part of the Gentlemen of the Road show. I have to know, how do you play it? Like, where do you pick these cities? Like, how does that come to be? Because Simcoe, Ontario, like, I grew up in Simcoe, Ontario, and then Mumford Sons were there.
Did you grow up there?
I really did, yeah. And my mom was at the show. Like, she was like, I'm going to see Mumford Sons. Cool, Mom. See you there.
That's awesome. We look at quite a few different places, and we've got like a team of really sick people who help like make it possible, and they kind of spend most of the year going out, like traveling and going into towns. And the main thing I'd say is that it's dependent on whether or not the town wants it. And it's like, if the town want to host and kind of be celebrated and be like front and center of like tens of thousands of people coming and being there, then we'll bring the party. It's been pretty cool. We're doing a bunch more this year, which we're really excited about. It's like one of the best things we've ever done.
Thank you so much, guys. We'll see you at Lee's Palace tonight, and the record really is great, is it not?
Thank you.
And hopefully we'll see you in a bigger venue later this summer as well. Thank you so much,
Thanks a
guys.
lot. Thank you.